People, don't y'all see what's going on around us? Everybody's getting a big laugh off us because we don't stick together. Everybody wants to accuse us of being the most anti-Jewish, anti-white person, anti-woman, anti-immigrant, anti-gay, anti-American, when we're not. We've been the most loyal and patriotic and friendly people on the planet. But somewhere down the line, some of us thought that it was profitable or better for us to turn on each other. Now, a lot of talk have been going on within the community. What point did this start? And it goes back to slavery. Now, I know people say it started in Africa, but I think it started I think it started after that. I really do. Because I honestly don't think that our people sold us into bondage the way they say they have. I think that's an excuse to justify their actions. But let's understand this. If that's true, the American black man, black woman, black child should be skeptical of anybody. For hundreds of years, we've stuck our hands out, had open arms for people who mean us no good. Yesterday, on my old channel, one of those false flag, that was cool. I talked about how our first black president threw us under the bus. He's not the first person to have done this, but he's the most high-profile person to have done this. Now, some brothers and sisters got mad at me because I said I wasn't voting, or I was thinking about voting Republican, which I was being facetious on the voting part, but I thought about it, and I said, you know what? We haven't got anything from him or the Democrats, so it might as well be like we either not vote or voting for the Republicans. At least we can see what the Republicans are doing. They coming at us, they telling us, we're going to cut benefits. We don't like you black folk. The Democrats to sit there and say they love us and they want to help us, but as long as we benefit their political causes. Mr. Obama came out and they say he was brave. I don't think he was that brave because the moment he started going after Don't Ask, Don't Tell, the moment he started speaking to the gay community, that proved where his heart was at. And I have no problem with that. I have no problem with a gay man or gay woman. What I have a problem with them is comparing our pain and suffering. See, I walk out the front door, my sister walk out the front door, my father, my brother, my aunts and uncles, we can't hide who we are. They see black man, black woman, black child. But if you a black person who's gay, they're not going to look at you as a gay person unless you go out there and openly say you gay. They're going to look at you as a black person first. Then on top of that, oh, he's gay or she's gay. But if a white man or white woman walk out that door, or a white child walk out the door, they can be gay. They're not going to think anything unless they come out and say it. Think about the reaction to Ellen DeGeneres. Who else? Chaz Bono. And what's that chick that she's married to? I can't think Ellen is dating. I can't think of her name. And a few other, and those famous white guys on TV, they are accepted. Where are the gay black people in Hollywood accepted? I mean, you got Wanda Sykes out here, but she had a talk show on Fox. Where was all that support at? Where was that support from the gay community at? Since she says it's harder being black, so the gay people would have been there to support her show, right? Why is it that when black gays on television, they show them the most extreme, either if she's a black, she's super butch and she's mean. If he's a black man and he's gay, he's super feminine, he's weak. All he does is go around having sex and stabbing people in the back. But yet we get blamed for being the most homophobic and the most anti this and anti that. Have y'all been in a black church or been in a black school? Here it is, when hate crimes happen, we don't lead that, but we get accused of because everybody feel you got to blame a black person because everybody blames us for all the ills in the world. We've been blamed for AIDS. People look at us as terrorists. People look at us unpatriotic. People look at us rapists, look at us murderers and thieves, when in fact, our numbers are very low. But if you got the news crews or a politician slanting, saying things and putting stuff in people's heads that never ask questions or just go by somebody because they look like them, which they accuse us of doing, then of course you're going to get these negative images. I don't hate anybody. I mean, I should. Seriously, I should. But by me just talking to you, that elicits a response from a certain group of people. Whether they look like me and you or not, they're like, we can't have this man talking to these people. He's going to wake them up and get them to start thinking. That's what happened down here. But as long as we're fighting each other, acting stupid in public, they love it. Because they can control us to a degree. They can manipulate us. Think about how our communities, how we're being pushed out of communities we lived in for 40, 50, 60, 70 years or longer. We being pushed out into the boondocks, and then we sitting there scratching our head, what's going on? We're being spread apart across the country because we don't get together and say, you know what? We got to agree on something. We got to attack just one thing and make this our primary focus. This is why, in the way I got tip my hat to the gay community, the Jewish community, the Latin community, and white women. They put their differences aside and said, we gotta agree on a strategy. Just think about what we can do if we say, you know what, we're not going to take our money and give to these big ass mega churches that don't do nothing, or to these organizations that don't do nothing. We're not going to go clubbing and partying. We're not going to spend our money on expensive products or with these companies don't hire us or have companies in the United States. Billions of dollars come in our community, and what do? We say we don't have no money. You do have money. You do have power. You looking to the wrong people. It starts with you. It starts with you voting at your local and state level, then the national level. How many of y'all know these big Fortune 5 companies was giving money to ALEC to keep us from voting in certain parts of the country or pass laws that grind us under? But instead of us looking at those enemies who are been traditionally our enemies, we're turning on each other. We need to focus on what's right and not what's wrong.